All right. Coming to the last leg of this, people, how is this series poised now? Uh, where do we go from here? It's 1-1, similar kind of matches both. I mean, the team winning the toss, putting up a big total, and the other team playing catch up all throughout. Right? We are 1-1. We now go to Ahmedabad, new stadium. The first test match is going to be a day-nighter. So hopefully more assistance for the Seamers. It's a pink ball test. So given all this, I want to understand, how do you see this? I mean, are you having a mixture of feeling? Are you seeing that this is on a knife's edge? It could go either way. Let me start with Mayuresh on this one. Mayuresh, what do you think? I mean, how is the series poised? Who's the favorite now going into the next test match? And who will ultimately end up making that World Test Championship final?
If you ask me, I think both India and England are not going to make that World Test Championship. I personally feel, and I think series will go down. I think most probably I am taking it as a 2-2. I think next match they will definitely bring Anderson back. James and Jimmy will come back. I think Vokes will play. I think that will happen. And I think Archer will also come back, or Stone will play. And I think that attack, I think it will be some problem for Indian players, because pink ball will swing. We have seen what happened in Australia. So my guess is it will end up as a 2-2. So that's what I'll say. A very perfectly poised series. Both teams have played a perfect game. So I am like looking what will be the next game. But if you ask me, I'll say it will be 2-2.
Okay, very interesting. I mean, very few people pick that, Mayuresh. So kudos to you. I'll ask Ayushi the same question. Ayushi, how do you think this series is poised? What's going to happen next?
Obviously, the next series is very, very important for both the teams. And I think like both the teams are making their own strategy so that they can perform really well in upcoming match. And I think, yeah, Mayuresh pointed out very well that Anderson and Archer both seem to come back in the match. And yes, very much dependence upon Rahane's performance also. So
Okay.
yes, and I think this time also Ahmedabad would be lucky for Indian team.
All right. Okay. Yeah, some great records in Ahmedabad. I mean, okay, Anuradha, over to you. And let's get you to respond to this
I'm
one.
still celebrating. I'm popping
Well,
gems now
okay.
as I talk.
Get it that you're in a
Hmm.
happy mood. All right.
What do you want to know, Swapnil? Ask me.
So I'm just asking you, how do you think the series is poised? I mean, it's nicely poised, of course. How do you think this will go? And who, according to you, is the favorite now to
So
both
let it
win
go.
the series as well as reach the finals of World Test Championship?
Two things. One, please recall the conversation we had with Monty Panesar. He said that we would lose 0-4.
Yeah. I think he also said that I may be eating
And,
my own words.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
think,
and at the fag end of the conversation, he said, I might be eating my own words. So I think for the next conversation, let's bring him again. Okay. Because, I mean, not to shame him or anything, but just to make this conversation very interesting. Also, so that was, I'm just happy that we won this match. I'm celebrating. I have no idea how the next two are going to go. But I just saw Kevin Peterson's tweet, which said, translating, he wrote it in Hindi and translating it. Congratulations, India, you beat England team B. Okay, this is what he's tweeted. Okay, so and Peterson is very unhappy because he thinks this is not the time for people to rest. Harry believes that the management's decision is okay. Peterson completely believes otherwise. And we've already mentioned names of people who would come back for the third test. So I think it's going to be a tight fight. I don't think it will be that easy for India to win the next two. It won't be. I'm just hoping we win one and take the other two to a draw so that we get into WTC top two. Otherwise, England is not winning both for sure. Neither are we, I think. but we might not lose again.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's ask Harry this. I mean, you guys have talked about team selection. Harry, I know you want your team to win, of course. Of course, I want you to do a sort of more independent assessment. But firstly, who do you expect to be back for the next test? And what do you think? How will England come out of this?
Well, I think first of all, if you'd offered England this position of 1-1 at this point in the series, going into a day-night test, they would have taken that, and they'd been very happy with that. So the series is still alive, still got a chance. I think in terms of changes for the next test, I mean, I'm not, I know it's going to be a day-night test, but we don't know what pitch will be prepared. If India wants to prepare a pitch like it has in Chennai for the next 2 tests, then England will lose 3-1 quite comfortably. And that'll be a bit of a shame because I know we talked a little bit about the pitch, and I know, I've given India a lot of praise, and they've thoroughly outplayed England. My opinion on the pitch in Chennai, if I'm perfectly honest, is that it wasn't quite suitable for Test cricket. The reason why I say that is because you should make pitches that suit your home conditions. That's fine, but you should also make pitches that are designed to last 5 days. And I think if the ball is breaking through the top of the wicket on the morning of the first day, that's not a pitch that's made for 5 days. Other countries are guilty of it. England, we do occasionally leave a bit too much grass, which gives us too much seam movement. So I think it's a little bit disappointing. And if the pitch starts spinning sharply on days 3, 4, 5, having been good for batting on day 1 and 2, I think that's an excellent Test match pitch. So that's my 20 cents worth on the pitch. But just sorry to answer your question, it will depend. If it's a spinning wicket, we're going to have to play 2 spinners at least again, which means that in terms of the bowling, the fast bowling department, you're going to have Stokes as the all-rounder, and then you've got Anderson, I think, will be there. And then it's between Broad and Archer, I think. Wokes, I think, unfortunately, will miss out. I can't see England going in with 1 spinner, meaning that you can't really pick then a combination of Broad, Anderson and Archer, because you would leave yourself another batter short. So yeah, I think they'll have to go with 2 spinners, and then it'll be just a choice of who they think will exploit the pink ball the best.
Yeah, unfortunately, what I do know, prior to this conversation, looks like Moeen Ali is on his way back to England. That is unfortunate. Yeah. That is unfortunate because he would have provided that variety. I mean, England need him right now. It's just unfortunate that he has to go back. So England, in terms of spinners, they just have Dom Bess and Leach, right? And
I missed Bess in this match actually.
Yeah, I mean, he was missed, but I think Moeen did bowl very well, to be honest. I mean, he did go for a lot of runs.
As in another spinner was required here.
Okay, you're saying 3 spinners, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think maybe England need a lot more runs from the top 3. I mean, that has been missing except for that innings that Sibley played in the first innings. I think Rory Bunce has been in really poor form. Lawrence hasn't come to the party. Maybe Zach Crawley will come back into the 3rd Test match. That will make a big difference. Of course, I expect Folks to play. It's going to be I think they'll play Archer for sure because it's a pink ball Test match. You would expect the ball to move around a little more, and Archer was he provides that X factor. He will come in handy. He got Rohit very early out in the first innings as well. So yeah, a lot of questions for England. But let's talk about India as well, Kanishk. While I ask you the same question, who's the favorite going into this next Test match? What do you think will India do? I mean, I also want to ask you that.
So I think, given that the way we've performed, and I was listening to Michael Vaughan, and what he was most worried was that the Indian juggernaut is on now, right? That and once the team starts believing in itself, given we are playing in home conditions, it's very difficult to stop this team. And the kind of variety that the bench strength can offer. So the biggest if for me is the Ahmedabad pitch. It's a new stadium, new ground. And I think the first stadium since Mutera was renovated, so nobody kind of knows, and definitely the first day night. So that's a big if. But given the way the Indian team is, I think they're in a good place, and the series is evenly balanced. I completely agree with Harry that if someone would have told England before the start of the series that by the time they get to Ahmedabad it'd be 1-1, they would have gladly taken it. And in a way, I think it's good for the Indian team as well. So the series is evenly poised. I do expect India to win, but it won't be a 4-0 or a 3-0 for either side, as was being predicted before the series started or was being predicted after the first test match.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen. A 4-0 series nobody wants to watch. Let me ask Raja the same question. Raja, what do you think? I mean, of course, there's a big uncertainty around the Ahmedabad pitch. So we don't know but pink ball tests, if you assume that they tend to, sort of favor the seamers more. Do you expect India to play 3 seamers, which is going to, and also
yes.
what do you expect, how will the series go from now on?
Well, I think if the ball starts moving around, then I'm not very hopeful for India, to be honest, because if Anderson is back, he's definitely going to be back. Okay, and whether it's Broad or Wokes or whoever is his partner to bowl, I don't have a very high opinion of Indians batting against the moving ball. And if starts doing that, then India would be in big trouble. But if it's a spinner's pitch again, then like Harry said, it could be 3-1 for India in the series, because it just comes down to that. What is the pitch going to do? It's as simple as that. Everything else, everything becomes secondary. Huh? If it's a spinner's pitch, that's it. There's no way England is going to face Ashwin and Akshar and get away with even a draw. So it's just down to the pitch. We don't know how the pitch is going to behave. And so I'm just hoping that, like Harry said, it's a decent pitch. We have a 5-day pitch, and and then we see what happens. I mean, I'd much rather have a close game which goes into the third session of the last day. We haven't had that yet, and I'd like that type of a test match. And if we happen to lose that, fine, doesn't matter. I want an interesting, good test match. I think it could be 2-2, like Mayuresh said. It could be it could be 3-1 if it's a spinner's wicket. It could be 3-1 if it's not a spinner's wicket. Even England could win both. If they win the next one, the momentum would be with them. And then they could win 3-1. So anything is possible. It's all down to the pitch. Down to the pitch. That's it.
So just to add to Raja's point, and I also mentioned the big if is the pitch, but it just came to my mind. I'm not sure if they're playing with the SG pink balls.
Yeah, they're playing with the SG pink ball.
Yeah, because because we have not played that many pink ball tests in India, I'm not sure how tested it is. So
you recall the India Bangladesh match at Eden. That was the only pink ball,
exactly.
SG pink ball, test match that we played.
Exactly, and I don't recall any of the domestic matches since then that. I might be wrong, but whether we have played that SG pink ball in a lot of domestic matches. So against the Kookaburra or the Duke pink balls, they've been tested extremely well. But the SG pink ball hasn't been tested. So along with the pitch, we have the ball as well. That's a big if.
Yeah, and then that may be an unknown for both. So sorry, yeah, Mayuresh.
For pitches, I think recently Syed Mushtaq Trophy was held in Ahmedabad, and it was in the new stadium. I think the two things which came out on that pitch was that pitch holds up. It's like a kind of an Indian track which has it will hold up. And in the evening, when dew was coming up, it was getting very flat to bat on. So whoever the team won the toss, normally in the day-night game went for bowling first. and then they restricted the team around 150, and then they chased it. Even initially they were facing a problem. Tamil Nadu did this again. I think 2 teams, they were in a problem, but as the day went in, the evening went in, the batting became more easier for them. So what I have seen from the Syed Mushtaq Trophy, I think that pitch is kind of an Indian pitch, which holds up for it's like slow and low, and it holds up. That's what I.
Yeah, we want the ball to zip around. Maybe Eden Gardens was the better one, and maybe we would then have seen a smile on Harry's face. I think it's a lot of ifs going into the next match. I mean, so many small factors play a big role, right?
I think one more point we can add on here, like the England players are not very much apt to the humidity climate that Chennai has. So I think that also played a like small role in the performance of the players.
No, I'm pretty sure that it did. But I think nowadays I see a lot of visiting teams. They're much better equipped, to handle the heat. And thankfully, this is not Chennai at some other time. Right now, it's not as humid as it can get. So yeah, but I think you're right, Ayushi. I think a lot of factors. As I was saying, small things play a huge role. Pitch toss plays a big role. We've talked about it. There's also, Raja mentioned Akshar Patel and his performance, right? I mean, that really was the standout for India. If Ashwin had not picked up those wickets, Akshar would have, because he was bowling so well in both the innings, right? And that was such a big change from the first Test match, where Nadeem or Washington could not provide that, control to Virat Kohli. And that is something that, plus again, Rishabh Pant, I mean, his keeping was exceptional. It was just beyond anything we've seen from Rishabh Pant, keeping to the spinners, affecting those stumpings. It was magical to see.
He still managed to miss a catch though, and got that stare from Ashwin. And Sunil Gavaskar pointed out that every time he drops a catch and Ashwin gives him a stare,
Okay. All right. Okay, this is wonderful, people. I think great having this conversation with you all. Let's see how this goes, and we'll obviously do a preview before the next Test match. But all in all, it's wonderfully poised. Both the teams got the benefit of a toss each. They did what they wanted to do. They took full advantage. Both of them won. So I think let's hope for a true surface in Ahmedabad, not very slow, not spinning. Let's hope for a great Test match, as Raja said, and we would want a close Test series. Any last words from anyone, Anuradha, before we close this?
I have just one point. Sorry. Can I speak, Swapnil?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry. I think everybody talked about pitch and game ending for 4 days. But I think I'll just go back 2 Test match back, where England played Sri Lanka in Galle, second Test match. That pitch was also turning from day one. But England went on to win. Nobody complained about that pitch, and that match also ended in 4 days.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's a funny thing. When the team start losing it, they start complaining. But I think people forgot, just 2 days, 2 match back, same England team batting second or fourth on the fourth, and they chased around more than 150. In fact, that was the highest chase in Galle. Nobody has chased more than 150 there. But nobody talked about pitch. Nobody said anything. There was no complaints. Everything was good.
I think to be fair. Yeah, no, I think to be fair, Mayuresh, I think the England team itself, I think Joe Root made no excuses at all. I mean, he just said that we were outplayed. Harry said the same thing. So, obviously there are some commentators. I mean, even on the Indian side, after the first Test match, there were complaints about the toss and about the pitch rather, and toss playing a big role. So yeah, I think it's just the nature of us fans, right? I mean, we get so emotional, when our team loses. So yeah. Okay, Anuradha, sorry, go ahead.
So I was actually going to make a point on the fandom. So it's lovely. I mean, there's this entire thing happening outside of the stadium, right? what we right now what we are doing to Harry. Okay, we have these smug faces, and you heard what Kriti said. So this is like Kriti actually declared that it was England's overconfidence. So we are. This thing is extremely joyous. I mean, we lost the last match, and I think we were grinning even after that match. But this joy of fans talking to one another and like getting into a banter, I just enjoy this. This is sports, right? This is not about just. I mean, I love this thing, and doing it at a stadium is all the more enjoyable, because after the match, whoever wins, you can still go and party together. But anyway, I wanted to mention one thing. The reason I said, I mean, I wanted to say that I was so happy to see Kuldeep Yadav. Siraj dropped that catch, right? So that was unfortunate, but I loved seeing Kuldeep Yadav smiling on the field. I want to see him more. It was a lovely moment to see him get. I mean, that catch was missed, and then he got another wicket a little later. It was really nice to see that. Also, besides India and England, I think Australian fans are watching these matches very, very closely and doing all the calculations. And I think in terms of calculations, Australia does not want either of us to, either England or India, to beat them. So I think for them, they want a draw of the series, or even India can't win at any cost for Australia to be there. India can't win. England can win 2-1. That is allowed. But yeah, I think they'll prefer a draw for sure. So yeah, I want to ask some Australian fans. Let's get some Australian fans in the next conversation.
But this is India and England, and we don't want the Aussies there, right? So we will ensure one way or the other the Aussies don't reach there. All right.
We are very mean. We are very mean. What is this?
Yeah, everybody. Sorry, Kanish.
If India doesn't go there, I would prefer the Aussies to be there.
I know that. That's why I said.
You did not say that.
Okay, people, it was wonderful talking with you all, reviewing this test, the second test match, and I want you all back for previewing the third one. But so wonderful. Thank you so much for being on this show. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. We've got a lot of fun. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.